Hello and welcome to Quays News. I'm Phoebe McHugh.
And I'm Teddy Chambers. Coming up on today's programme.
Millions head to the polling stations to vote in local council elections, with voter ID being used for the first time.
People across Salford get ready to celebrate the King's coronation.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how to think about it. I'm a uni student, so everyone's thinking street party, that sort of thing. I was talking to my mum about it and she was like, it's a moment in history, you've got to watch it. I'll be working here though for the majority of the day.
And Salford celebrity Ted Edwards has passed away.
Millions are heading up to the polling stations up and down the country as voting's set to start.
And in Salford that is no different, with one councillor being elected in each of the city's 20 wards, apart from in Pendlebury and Clifton ward, where 2 seats will be contested.
This year also sees the electorate having to provide photo ID to vote.
City of Salford Votes, a local campaigning group, is trying to make it easier for people to vote. Beth Whiteman reports.
As I'm sure you're aware, the local elections are in full swing today, with people up and down the country going to their local polling stations to vote. At last year's elections, the City of Salford recorded its lowest percentage of voter turnout in 2 decades, making it the lowest in Greater Manchester. This year calls for a change, and the City of Salford are more determined than ever to revive the spirit of democracy. You may be asking, how can this be done? And we have just the guy to help.
I hired a rickshaw, which is basically a bike with a bench on the back, to go around as much of the city as we can get around, which might be slightly less than originally anticipated. Basically in order to advertise the elections, because there's not enough people in taking place in the first instance, and also to give people who may otherwise struggle to get to the polling station or who may otherwise not bother, give them a lift to the polling station, just make the whole process a little bit more entertaining. We will post updates on our Twitter feed and all the rest of it, so that people can see whereabouts we are and you can get in touch either via email or via Twitter, and we'll do our best to work with them to find a time that suits them.
There's plenty of volunteers helping out today with the Pedal to Poll scheme, so make sure you look out for a rickshaw near you.
Ted Edwards, an Eccles-born legend, has died aged 84.
Edwards was once described as Eccles' answer to Indiana Jones, as he had once trekked across the Sahara Desert, the Grand Canyon and Death Valley.
He was known for being an accomplished author, musician, and will be remembered for his great achievements.
Today is May the 4th, also known as Star Wars Day. What's your favourite Star Wars film, Phoebe?
I've never actually watched Star Wars. I don't see the hype around it, and I just think there's better films out there, so it's not my cup of tea.
Do you know what I think? I think you're uncultured. That's what I think. My favourite is Empire Strikes Back, and if anyone says otherwise, they're wrong.
Well, it looks like everyone except from me is going to be watching their favourite Star Wars film today.
That's the plan.
Sport now, and Salford City need just 1 point on the final day of the Sky Bet League 2 season to confirm a playoff spot.
The Ammies are in 6th place and play Gillingham on Monday. A superior goal difference means that even if they lose, Mansfield have to win by 4 or more goals versus Colchester to overtake Salford in the table.
The King's coronation is taking place this weekend, with Brits across the country getting ready for the celebrations.
King Charles will be the oldest monarch to take the throne, with around 2,000 people expected to attend Westminster Abbey for the ceremony.
It's also predicted that 62 million pints will be poured over the course of this weekend, with many expected to have a good time.
We went out on the streets of Salford and asked the public how they plan on celebrating, as well as what supermarkets are doing to commemorate the historic moment. This Saturday is King Charles' coronation, taking place all up and down the country. We're going out to ask how Salford locals are celebrating and popping into supermarkets to see what they're offering up.
Hundreds of thousands of people are expected to be in attendance at the weekend for the King's coronation, with 300 million expected to tune in worldwide on the broadcast. How do you feel about the King's coronation this weekend?
I don't know, I'm quite excited. My family, we quite like the royals. It's just fun to celebrate them, so I'm quite excited.
What about the spending? They're apparently spending about 100 million on the coronation. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, it is a bit excessive, I can't lie, but I don't think anything I say is going to change anything, so I'm just going to sit back and enjoy it.
Are you doing anything to celebrate?
Not really, no.
No street parties or anything?
No, I'm going away this weekend. So.
Oh, where you go?
Glasgow. Oh, Scotland. Not Glasgow. Scotland. Highlands.
Very nice. Some sort of way to celebrate anyway.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on how much they're spending on it?
I know in today's money it's working out less than past ones, but it's still a ridiculous amount.
Harvester is one of the restaurants celebrating the coronation.
So what is Harvester doing for the coronation this weekend?
So we've got a set menu running, which is 2 or 3 courses for a set price. We've got little kids packs where they have like a crown that they can colour in, some fun activities that's on all weekend, not just the Monday.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the coronation?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how to think about it. I'm a uni student, so everyone's thinking street party, that sort of thing. I was talking to my mum about it, and she was like, it's a moment in history, you've got to watch it. I'll be working here, though, for the majority of the day, but we're going to make sure that we all watch it, just because I feel like it's quite a key bit of history that we need to be a part of.
King Charles is going to be the oldest monarch to succeed the throne at age 73. And the hospitality sector is expected to earn upwards of £1 billion amid celebrations and festivities. Shops in Salford are decorating for the historical event.
Sainsbury's is just one of the many supermarkets celebrating in all different types of ways, from flags to sandwiches.
We're now joined live in the studio with James to continue the festivities. He'll be trying all the delicacies we came across for the coronation.
Hi James, thanks for joining us today. So where was the first place that you tried?
So I went to the Lowry Outlet Mall, and I went to a great place called Tandoori Classics, I think it's called, just next to Burger King. And I think we can try the first food now. This is coronation chicken bites. See how it is.
Give us the verdict. What would you rate it out of 10 and would you get it again?
Let me swallow it first. It's okay. I mean, it's got a lot of taste to it.
It's looking a bit nuclear.
Yeah, it's got an Indian twang, certainly on the coronation style to it. I wouldn't necessarily have it as like a main course. You know, coronation chicken, you expect it to have quite a savoury taste.
Absolutely.
This is almost like an Indian starter.
So what would you rate it out of 10?
I give it a 7.
A 7, that's not too bad.
It's been in the fridge for a couple of hours, so it doesn't quite have the same warmth it used to, but I'm going to give that another go, yeah.
Well, we'll swiftly move on to number 2.
We'll get Beth to bring in the next delicacy for us.
From Pret. This one's from Pret.
A really good aftertaste, that first one. This actually was the most expensive one, right? £4.75.
It better be good for £4.75.
It really is an expensive sandwich, this, so we'll see how it is.
It looks like you're enjoying that one more than the first.
That one looks more like coronation chicken.
That's got a lot of flavour to it. It's actually coronation chicken bloomer, because obviously it's Pret, you can't just call things a sandwich. And just look inside of that. Close up on that camera there. There's chicken in there, there's lettuce, there's all sorts in there. There's about 4 or 5 different things going for it. It's really nice. And I'd give that, I mean, even the bread as well. This is the thing with Pret. That is really good quality bread, it's seeded. I'd give that an 8.
You give that one an 8?
I'd give that an 8, yeah.
He's going in for a second bite. Right, we've got to move on to number 3. This is Sainsbury's. This is number 3.
This is Sainsbury's.
And Teddy wants a high vote for Sainsbury's because she herself works at Sainsbury's.
We don't need to bring that conflict in.
We'll have no product placement here.
This is an unbiased opinion. This one is £2.95 for the sandwich.
The bread's not as good as the Pret one, but the filling, it is a standard coronation chicken. There's a lot in there, a lot of content as well. Sometimes with these pre-packed sandwiches, you don't get enough chicken in there. I'd like more content in the sense that it appears to be just lettuce. Now, the Pret one had about 4 or 5 different things there, a lot of different flavours, whereas this, it's lacking, but I'll give it another go.
Give it, out of 10, what would you say?
Now, the coronation chicken itself is nice.
Well,
we've got one more.
Our final one.
We've got one
give
more.
That a 7.
This
is
one
Burger
is from Burger
King.
King,
This is the Burger
you actually
King
get
one.
a crown with this one.
Yeah, so this is the Burger King coronation chicken royale. £2, the cheapest one out of all of them. No.
No, not the one. You heard it here first.
It's too dry. Look how long it's taking for me to swallow it. That's the problem. The bread's hard for a start, which I don't like. It's seeded. Most of the time, if you're going for a chicken sandwich, this type of thing especially, it's got to be a brioche bun. You can't go for seeded because it just makes the rest of the sandwich dry. In terms of content, it's just, I mean, there's not a lot in there. Lettuce, mayonnaise, and the chicken itself. I give it 6. This is the worst one.
This is the worst one.
This is the worst one, yeah. I'll give it one more bite just to make sure.
Let's show us what's inside.
There's nothing in it. That's
So let's
it.
see. So it does look a bit plain and a bit sad, to be fair.
looking a bit
It's not even
dry.
coronation chicken. It said coronation chicken. It's not coronation chicken. It's mayonnaise and lettuce.
That's
and
false advertisement.
Yeah, false advertising there from Burger King.
So which one was your favourite, James?
Co-op.
Co-op. We didn't go to co-op.
Pret. Sorry. Pret was the best one by a mile. The Pret sandwich that had a lot inside in terms of filling, in terms of flavour, by a mile.
However,
most expensive.
Most
but
expensive. So affordability-wise, what was the best?
Sainsbury's. There we go.
There you go.
Perfect. Well, that's all from us today. Thank you so much for watching.
Make sure to keep up with us on our socials and let us know your favourite coronation chicken sandwich at Quays News. Goodbye.